My name's Hart, and today Lee's invited me to a plant room. So I'm going to go around this plant room. I'm going to show you some of these things in the plant room, answer some of the questions that were asked as well. Yeah, so look. We've got quite a few plant rooms that Lee's going to show us around today. So I'm going to show you as many components as I can. If you could, I'd be very grateful if you could put a thumbs up on the video, and also if you could subscribe and ring the bell. That'd be amazing. Thank you. So these are the water heaters, and somebody asked if these were the flue for the flue gases, and I wasn't quite sure, but what they actually are, they're the air intake. And then if you have a look there, that's the actual flue there, and then it's a combined flue. So both them water heaters connect into that flue there, and then they go through into that other room. If we have a look in this, it just looks like a domestic boiler really. So you've got a fan there, you've got a gas valve there, and then you've got your heat exchanger. You've got a heat exchanger there, burner door, electrodes, very similar. Condensate trap there, and then condensate pipe, and this is the other side of that wall, and then that flue goes up through the building. It's got a drain on this flue as well, so any water will come down into the drain. As you can see there, it just goes up then, up through the building. What I'll do now, I'll just pass you over to Lee, and he's going to show us inside a boiler. Right, what have we got here, Lee?
Right, so you got a Quinta racer, the more or less same as not your old Quintas, same heat exchanger, same flue gas connector and whatnot. You still got your silencer there, gas valve onto the fan, burner's exactly the same. As far as I can tell, the only fancy thing about this is they fitted it with lights, so you can actually, so your Quinta Racers and your Quinta Pros are more or less exactly the same as the original Quintas. You just put a few more gubbins on it. For some reason they moved the ignition box around here instead of it being underneath. Pretty cool.
What's the front look like?
Let's have a look. So yeah, that's your control board. Obviously it's a bit more into it, so you can go into your engineer's mode if you wish, and then you can change it. You can change it for your high fire and low fire. Yeah, and it can also go through all your alarms as well. Pretty cool.
Quite advanced then, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's come a long way.
And these are on a proper jig, that the proper built.
Yeah, basically.
Structure.
Yeah, it's being built somewhere else, and then it's just being wheeled into the plant room, and away you go.
And then what is connected on this side? So it just all comes and you just bolt it together?
Yeah, it's just all bolted together. Just connect it to existing pipework, and away you go. Got a nice shiny dosing pot in corner.
Yeah.
Cool.
And have these got pump flaps in these ones?
Yes, we've got pump flaps in here.
We like pump flaps, don't we?
Yeah, we like us pump flaps. So so you've got your primary heating pumps, and then you've got your domestic hot water heating pumps, which goes into clarifier. which is operated on 2 port valves. And then you've got a backup immersion just here. So you're never really without hot water.
So is that just like a standard cylinder then, in like a
More
normal
or
house?
less, yeah. More or less. Except this one, it'll have a bigger coil on it.
Right, okay.
Being commercial.
Yeah.
So it'll heat up a lot quicker. So instead of it taking an hour, it'll probably take around about 20 minutes.
So is it the full volume of water that gets hot in this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the coil is the water from the boilers.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. And then just a standard expansion vessel.
Just a standard expansion vessel. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it's got. That's all it needs. Yeah. So it's, and then obviously on return circuit. Above us here, we've got air admittance valves because it is a gravity fed system, and for the heating and whatnot. So sometimes we can have lock up. That's something to watch out for. But as cold water in obviously comes off at mains.
So Lee's just going to make sure this is safely isolated. He's just gone and got some new batteries for his tester. He's turned spurred off somewhere. Where, what spur? Oh, there. Turned spur, took fuse out. Going to check that it's safely isolated on here. And then, is it that fan there that we're going to change, Lee?
Yeah.
And then this fan here is going to be changed.
Isolated here as well.
So it's just isolated in there, just a few little wires in there for you all to it's easy that, isn't it? Not many wires there, is there? How do you know which is which in there then? Are they all labelled?
Yeah.
Do you have like a wiring diagram type thing?
Yeah, you got your. I'm lucky on this one. You got all these drawings.
Alright, okay.
I'll tell you what.
And that tells you what alt circuits are and...
Yeah, but for quick reference, I always put on up here, so you got boiler 1, boiler 2, water 1, boiler 2. Then you got your CT circuit, VT circuit, primary pumps, pressure unit, all that lot. Then you got all your relays. All these have to be made for the gas solenoid to lift.
Right.
So you've got fire alarm and all kinds of other things, pressurisation unit and all other stuff. Now these are quite interesting, right? These are like your amp meter on your multimeter.
Right.
So what it does is you've got a back feed from your pumps, which coils around there, so that measures ampage and that tells you if your pumps are running or not. And then you've got your SRM cards down here. These are your control boards that tell you 3-port valves to open and close for all your zones within the schools and whatnot. So yeah,
Interesting. So we're just going to change this fan on this. Air pressure switch there. So we're just checking, well Lee's just checking safe isolation. So just to make sure that it's safe when you're going to work on any appliance, on domestic, commercial, whatever, you've always got to make sure that you're safe. That's the most important thing of all. You're safe and your customers are safe.
You've got some like little clippy on things. They're actually counterbalance weights to keep it straight. And
Right.
I have known lads to take them off thinking
That it shouldn't be there.
they should be there. So that's a very expensive mistake to make. So right in here you've got your mixing chamber. Yeah, so it's in 2 halves.
So is that sending, what's it sending there? Gas on there?
Gas on there, yeah.
So that's his old fan there. And then Lee's just going to put this new fan on here. Obviously he's going to put on those seals and stuff on. Just got seals in here.
It's a big fat thing.
So this is where you put them in all loose.
Yeah.
Whatever word you were going to use before, but you changed it, so you put everything in loose and then tighten it all up.
That's it, yeah. Everything goes in loose. But you just know you're not going to get that last one in.
Yeah.
And when Lee changes a component, he also always puts the date on it. But he's also put AHD, Alan Hart Day.
Is that sight glass there?
Yeah.
Would you be able to see this working?
Yeah, yeah. See if you can get in a bit there.
So that's bringing gas in there, on that gas valve, yeah?
Yeah. Brings it
Into
in.
fan,
Into it fast.
bringing air in from outside on that pipe there, yeah?
Yeah.
And then it's mixing through fan as normal, like on a normal boiler, into that
Mixing tube.
mixing tube, and then goes into there, into the boiler.
Yeah, into the burner. You'll see
Into
burner
burner.
once it lights up. I'll put it into low fire.
So that's just on low now, yeah?
Yeah, I'll just bring it tight for you. It's going to be blending off. I don't know how long this boiler's been there. So because I come into the plant room on Friday after contractor had gone through this cable.
How many kilowatts is this then now when it's running now? Is this the 300 and... Will this be burning at that?
363, yeah.
363 kilowatts. Wow.
When we have a look at these boilers, they're actually on wheels. It's like a shopping trolley. Let's go back to Lee and see some more boilers.
Yeah. So obviously you've got your main heat exchanger here. The electrodes combustion air fan.
Looks a lot just like a domestic boiler, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it
fan,
does. Yeah.
fan
Gas
at the
valve.
top, gas valve,
Gas valve, yeah.
air ducts there,
Yeah.
flue ducts, sorry.
Yeah.
And this is another plant room now, and these are Wiesmann boilers powered by Riello burners.
See how flame picture changes.
Is that one coming on as well?
Yeah. What I'm doing with this one is put it into manual servicing mode, so yeah, I can ramp it up and down as much as I want.
Have you been at it with marker pen again, Lee?
Aye. So what I do is, again, as you know, I leave my tickets on boilers, so if anybody else comes to work on these boilers, they know what they've been running at and any faults that have been on them. But I also work out the ventilation and I write it on there as well. So when other guys come into plant rooms, they don't have to work it out for themselves, it's already there for them. So always nice to be nice.
And this is another plant room now with some more water heaters. We're just in another plant room now, and these are massive boilers. All them burners on top of them. I don't know how many's there now. I think it was about 14 because there's two sides. Back to Skull for some gas taps as well.
So that's governor again,
So that's coming in again, yeah.
Gas
and then
meter.
your rotary meter.
and then
Straight to the
solenoid.
solenoid.
When we have a look on the gas pipes on this, we can see that it's been done in press fit. And what you'll find a lot of commercial is now press fit. And now we've just come to another plant room, and these have been fitted not so long ago. These boilers, there's an issue with the gas pressure on it. If we have a look inside, we can just see that they're just like domestic boilers, really, just a little bit bigger. So what's that called again?
That's your gas solenoid, is that?
So that's automatic. So is there somewhere where that'd shut off?
Yes, that'd shut off this plant room, and it'd also shut off the kitchen gas as well.
And this is an RPZ valve. We're going to do a little bit more about these valves. So if you've got any questions about these valves, please put them in the comments below. Paul Daly is actually a tester, and he tests these valves. So better to answer some of your questions. What a day that was. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really was brilliant. One of the best days ever, to be honest. Thank you so much for that, Lee. We've got some more coming up from Lee. Lee's got a breakdown on an air handling unit, and he's going to show us that. And he's also going to show us what would have been the first part of this video, which was Lee looking in his consumable cupboard, and then he actually invites me to come and have a day with him. So I've done it sort of back to front because I didn't want you to get bored. I wanted to show you exciting bits first, if you like. Not that Lee's bit's not exciting, because it really is. Yeah, so let's get back to Lee and we'll have a look at this air handling unit.
Hey up, Alan. Right, I've been called to a breakdown. I don't know if any of the lads on here actually do any air handling. I do a bit, I don't do a lot, but I do a bit. Yeah, been a report of it squeaking on air outlets in school gym. So, right, let's have a look, shall we? Right, so as you can see, there's 3 different lots of air handling up here. There's 2 intakes and 1 extract. Right, this one on the left, that's your kitchen ventilation, and this is your kitchen extract down here, and this is one for gym. These are the electrics up here. We'll have a quick look at electrics. Just, it's not to do with electrics like, but let's have a quick look, shall we? Yeah, cool. Right, so we've got your inverter. That runs your air handling, and then in here we've got a switch gear for it. So it's all interlocked with kitchen and whatnot for your gas supply. So if kitchen extract or anything goes down, so there's no change of air in there, you'll knock out gas off to kitchen. Alright, cool. Right, back to it. Right, so everything's isolated now. As you can hear, everything's off. So it's isolated on panel. It's also isolated here. So we're not gonna. Oh, before I forget, you see all these rust marks here. This air release valve here. It actually bust with cold a few years ago, and it was like Lake Geneva up here. It was just spouting up. It was quite amusing actually. And caretaker says, "Well, I didn't notice." Would you believe? That's caretaker's house over there, and he couldn't see it. Hey, oh, we're the world. So anyway, right, let's get back to it, shall we? Right, so inside, so obviously you can see your motor, belt, yeah, and your fan. You notice that the spring mounting, that's to stop vibration on the unit. Right, and we have a belt size SPZ 1112. Cool. Usually when I change these belts, I usually leave a spare in here as well, so if there is any problems you can get it fixed straight away, but obviously I haven't done this belt before. So right, wow, look at that. I'm surprised it's squeaking. Let's run it, see if there's any cracks in it. Oh, I hope. Look at that. yeah, new belt time. So yeah, I'll leave it on for the time being. I know what size I need now. We'll get a new belt off to sunny Sheffield, get everything switched back on. Yeah, cool. I'll do you another one of my replacement belt. Alright, happy days. Take care, Alan. Ta-da. Yep. Morning, Alan. So we've got some spares. It's not as nice today, is it? It's a bit chilly. So right, let's get these bad boys on. Yep, so you can see we've got a new one on, but yeah, I've got to tighten it up. So yeah, which I done with this screw here, and there's one right back. Yeah, that's going to be good fun. There you are, we're the world. So yeah, we'll crack on, shall we? Cool. Right, so we're all tightened up now. Just, you don't need too much tension on it, it's got to be a bit of play in it. Yeah, so around about an inch. Yeah, cool. Spare one there, in case it goes again. So I don't have to wait for another one. So, right, while we're here. Yeah, so we've got us temperature stats down here. Actuators. Pressure switch, that gives you that's your DP switch, that's to see if your filters are clean or not. Frost stat, yeah, cool. You're right. Looks like bloody weather protection's gone missing for these, because like I said, we have weather protection, so that's another job to do. So on your coils, this is for that's for your frost coil, yeah, and then you've got your heating coil there, and exactly the same on one for kitchen as well. So everything is exactly the same. Balancing bypass valves. Yeah, cool. So right, I'm going to get off this freezing cold roof and find myself a nice little toasted platform somewhere. Plant room. So yeah, and yeah, cool. Right, catch you later. Hey, Alan. Another one of my plant rooms. Just come in to pick up some bits. This is where I keep a few spares. So day in the life of a spares cupboard. Right, I don't carry much commercial spares because all my plant, it's all different. Every single plant room's different. So just most common stuff really. So we've got a thermostatic blow off for an Andrews water heater, some return pumps, odds and sods, some consumables, Andrews water heater control boxes and whatnot, bit of rope, that lot, flue seals. Always carry flue seals because you never know when you're going to come across a crispy one when you're doing your servicing. Thermistors, igniters. Oh, right, I'll be running a little bit low on igniters, on ignitions then. So right, I need to get that sorted. Honeywell zone actuator. We have a few of them. Then obviously I've got my Plumber actuators. I've also got ratchet straps and whatnot from when I'm securing stuff. Got another Andrews control box down there along with ignitions. Yeah, cool. What else we got? Few thermocouples. I don't really use them anymore. We've got a boiler wiring loom there for 310s and 610 broags. A couple of condensate traps. Happy days. Hang on. What are they doing hiding behind there? They should be in that box. Glad I found them. There's some more ignitions. They should be in there. That's where they live. So anyway, when I came in here, I noticed there's a line up BMS, so we'll go to it. Yeah, so we've got a line up BMS. Don't seem to be anything obvious in fault that I can see. Let's see what it comes up with. Oh, and it's coming up with a local LAN, so I'll have to plug my laptop in for that. We'll do that one another day. Right, let's see if we can see anything obvious. Right, this boiler's making a bit of a funny noise. I did notice it had a code on it. So, hey Alan, while we're here, our resident Sparky has joined me in plant room, and you know what we say about typical Sparkies. This is
150 that.
Yeah, that's how they measure the girth. They're always bragging the Sparkies, aren't they? Right, so on boiler, we've got a fault on it. It was a 0.8, so it's a combustion fan fault. So as you can hear it, it's just pulsing. It won't start. Yeah, it's giving up the ghost, this one. All I know is it's over 7 years old. It's probably an original one, if I'm honest. So I'll tell you what, we'll book this in for Wednesday, for when you come down, and me and they can do it. What do you reckon? Alright, I'll get it swapped out, new one on. Yeah, pretty cool. Alright Alan, I'll speak to you later. Take care. Oh, by the way guys, yeah, sorry about that guys, got disrupted. So, yeah, you know, like Alan's got a join on bottom of his page and whatnot. It all goes to his charity, does that. Yeah, subscribe to it, because if we get 300 subscribers, that's 10 grand a year, boys. 10 grand a year. So I've done it. Yeah, cool. So right, stay safe. Yeah, all good fun.
Super video that. Again, Lee, thank you so much, and thank you for literally taking a day out of your life to show me around your plant rooms. It were absolutely brilliant, and yeah, I can't thank you enough. It was brilliant. What Lee were on about with the join button is, if you're on a laptop, you'll see that there's a button that says join, and what I'm doing with that join button, all the money I receive from that join button will be donated to charity, and I'm also going to match your donation up to a cap of £1,000. And my aim is, what I'm trying to achieve with that is, if we can get 300 people, I think we're at about 80 now, but if we can get about 300 people that click that join button, then we can get around £10,000 a year that we donate into charity, and I just think it's good. Obviously, I put a lot of time and effort into this channel, doing the videos, and I'd really like that. Obviously, I earn some money from the channel. People that are watching the channel get value. We help the apprentices, we help the new trainees, we help people that have been doing the job a while as well, that just need that little bit of help. But all that, then we help the charity as well. So it's really important to me that moving forward, I try and make this YouTube channel into a vehicle to accelerate my charity work that I've done. And I've done that charity work now for, I think it's about 12 or 13 years. And so far we've raised quite a substantial amount of money. We've got the link. I'll put a link below, so if anybody wants to donate, they can. That's the most recent link. I have done lots of other charity events before this. So that total, I don't know what the actual total is. My wife thinks that it's around 250,000, but we would totally be guessing at that number. But as I say, if you want to click the join button, then that's great. And my overall target, my dream, if you like, I'm not saying I'm going to achieve this, but I'm certainly going to try, is I would like, as a in memory of my daughter, I would really like to raise £1 million, and I think that would be a really good number to raise. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you to everybody who watches. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel as well. Thanks very much.